What's up, guys? Welcome. Appreciate you, Sluice. Good luck today, brother. What's good, Roddy? Are you bullish? We are indeed bullish. It's possible I take a counter trend trade, but we are bullish. Good, Alex. Good, Roddy. Dylan, what's up, brother? You'll notice a slight change in chart colors simply because they weren't really showing up clear on my clips. Ooh, speaking of clips, de-risk today is smart. I wouldn't. I don't like de-risking per trade. But what you can always do is just de-risk your total. So if normally you take two trades, you can look for one today, perhaps. I'm starting to trade prop firms. Which ones do you recommend? Alpha Futures or Lucid? I would say go with Lucid to start. At least until Alpha makes their next update. How you spend for eval a month? What is it? I don't understand that question. What's good, FB? Are you tired? No, bro. I've been up for like 2 hours. What's good topic? I'm good. How much you spend for an eval per month? Um, Maybe the average is like 1,500. Some months I spend zero. Some months I just keep my accounts. Some months I start with zero. I have to start fresh. So depends. How many likes for an eval, brother? 5 billion. I don't know you. No offense. Yeah, Alpha's payouts are delayed, but they will get them to you. As long as they can approve it and get it out of your account, then you can continue trading. It would be bad if this does not go lower. If ES is immediately at all-time highs, will be sad. Isn't ES all-time high already? Yeah, it's already above. 1,500 what? What's good, Matt? What's good, Michael? Welcome, welcome. What's your bias? Bias is bullish. May I'm open to potentially taking a short depending on where we're at 9:30. Um, we'll see. Yeah. ES is more bullish. Technically, the better thing to do. I'll show you the indicator at 9:30 because that's when it'll start marking stuff. It'll be better to trade ES. I mean, if you're taking a long, yes, technically ES should be the one moving more. But I just always trade NQ just to make my life easier. If 9:30 really takes longer high, can we look for bearish setup? There's more factors that wouldn't be the only thing. Let's say we start here at 9:30 and then go straight up. Yes, then I can short down to 8:30. But it depends where we start to move higher from post 9:30. What's your risk on a 50k eval? Anywhere between 1k and 2k. Need your advice real quick, please. What's up, brother? How can I help you? I ask because here I have to work 2 weeks to get paid $50. I asked here because I have to work 2 weeks to get paid $50. 2 weeks to make $50. So in 1 month, you can basically buy maybe one account. Unless, do you have expenses? I'm going to be honest with you, brother. If you're only making $100 a month and you have expenses, I don't see how, I don't know. You'd have to probably trade the smallest Forex account. But what I would do if I were you, if you have a really low budget, and I'm talking like really low, like you can barely afford one account per month, you should just save all your money for a couple of months And in that meantime, just focus on paper trading and studying the charts and then try to trade. There's no point in trying to make it work if you only have $50 to your name. There's just too, even if you could make it work, it's just way too much financial pressure and way too much capital. Like, you don't have enough capital, brother. I don't. So, in my opinion, you got to save every single dollar. And then once you have enough saved, you want to pursue this and see if you can make it work, do it. This is the 1 minute chart on the NASDAQ September contract. If someone wants to learn ICT, listen, I've seen every single ICT mentorship. I have notes on every single one. I've seen them multiple times. My honest and best way that I think you should watch ICT. Start with 2016 mentorship months 1 to 4. That's all you need. 1 to 4. Okay? Then watch the 2022 mentorship. Once you complete those two things, you can start backtesting, paper trading, and if you have a lot of money, you want to practice live market, you can practice. In that meantime, while you're practicing and journaling, I would go back and finish 2016. From there, it's up to you what you want to explore. 2016 will teach you the fundamentals. 2020 will give you a model to start with. And that's it. I don't have a one-on-one mentorship or a premium Discord. I mean, yo, now that I think about it, when they release the nano contracts, people in third world countries can probably trade because 1 point is 20 cents, right? If one micro is 1.22, yeah, 20 cents. So if you risked 100 points, you would risk $2. 100 points is $2. Wait. $20. So 50 point stop loss is $10. Oh my god, you could actually like trade. I love 2024. This is the micro Nasdaq chart September contract, and it's a 1 minute chart. We're on a one. Oh, sorry, this is a 15-minute chart, guys. 15-minute chart. I feel like many people don't understand how hard it is to trade. Even tough, it ain't cost you a lot, but trade well. Yeah, you do. 5K futures accounts incoming. Good question. Yeah, they should. No, you can make a 1K account with nanos. I mean, if you're doing micros on a 50K, divide that by 10. Yeah, I guess you could have a. You should have 2.5K, 5K, 10K accounts. Do you watch ICT lecture? Do you watch ICT lecture? I still watch him. It's mostly just for fun, really. Would you ever consider being a one-to-one mentor? Guys, what I would have to charge to be a one-on-one mentor, you don't even want to hear my number probably. It would just be not worth my time, and I would just feel bad taking that much money from someone anyways. So, I don't know if I'll ever do it. 50 minute got me fried. What do you mean 50 minute got me fried? 3K a month? Well, no, I would do one time. I wouldn't do okay, no, I wouldn't do $3,000 per month. That's kind of crazy. I would do one time, and then I'd work with them for the rest of their lives, until they make it work. That's what I would do. Game plan all on Twitter, guys. But to recap, we're just gonna be looking for longs today, really. Most likely, we'll be looking for longs. Will I take a counter trend trade? It's possible if the model can present itself. No, like I'm confident if I did a one-on-one mentorship, I'm confident I could get people payouts. Like it's so easy. It's so easy to get people payouts. But just the amount of work I'd have to put in, it's like I don't even know if it even if they did pay, I don't even know if it's worth my time. I spend a lot of time focusing on other stuff. We might have SMT on lows and then go bullish now. Well, no, it's obviously hard when you're trying to figure it out yourself. I mean, it's easy when someone who's doing it can, Damn, GatieTrades think shorts into the 6 hours. What? Who? GatieTrades? What? Are you part of a group or something? If you start again in trading, how are you going to manage your profit journey? I do have a sleeper build. And I'm back in the gym recently, and I'm hoping to take it up a notch. I'm not at my peak, but still good. That's a good question. If you start again in your trading journey, how would you manage profit? I would do so many things different, guys. I don't even know. I think I can begin to tell you guys how many things I would do differently. I can't even begin to explain like how many mistakes I've made. It's like actually ridiculous. There's so many things. Smells like shorts, but let's see what model. Let's see the butt. Sleeper built for a reason, brother. Keep that shit asleep. You feel me? Otherwise, it's no longer sleeper. I failed my first eval. I think I failed my first 2 or 3. The first one was really close to being passed. I thought I was him, to be honest. I was like, hey, I've been paper trading, I've been practicing, I've been backtesting. Let me try the first. You can go on my TikTok. There's a page of me like posing, and there's only one. Zero alpha evals. Depends on your budget. Listen, guys, how much you risk on eval? I'm only gonna say this once. Everyone listening to my stream right now, if you're asleep, listen closely. How much you risk on eval depends on your budget. Okay? Nothing else. Your budget. Okay? Because you have to remember, blown eval does not equal minus 2,000. Okay? It equals, whatever the price is, minus $75. Okay? So you ask yourself, what is my budget? If you can only afford one account per month, don't full port your eval. Why would you do that? You only can afford one. So you can't afford to lose $75 or more than $75 in 1 month. It all depends on your budget. So I would ask yourself, how many accounts can you comfortably afford per month? Depending on that number, risk the most you can. If you can afford 4 accounts, probably that's 1 account per week. So far I've been watching you. You didn't lose a trade. I don't remember what my last loss was, but I definitely do lose. And I don't think I'm on a crazy win streak. So maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was some minor losses here and there. But don't expect no losses. I take losses all the time. I just make more than I lose. What if you have $1,000 CAD per month? So you can afford essentially like 5 or 6 accounts. Yeah, I would probably look to like half or full port your evals. I'll be honest. I've never seen you. Okay, Defi. Today's a win. Listen, don't come into the day with that expectation. How often do you trade Asia? Recently, I've been doing it pretty much every day. But it's because I'm trying to go hard this month, and I need more time on the charts because just you have a lot of accounts to trade, and I want morning session to be primarily focused on my live account. Speaking of my accounts, open this. We didn't hit 8:30. This can be we could maybe get a nice short if we pump right off the open. Asia was untradeable last night. I do 50K accounts, guys. With lower volume, what are you looking for in Asia? I just trade my Asia model. I'll teach it to you guys eventually. It's a very simple model. Okay, guys, what we want to see right now, also, you guys are going to see my indicator pop up. I'm working on it. The first draft of my indicator is complete. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I toggled a lot of stuff off. There's RTH gap, first presented, M30 power of 3s, 930. This is going to be my model. I'm working on it. The macros, liquidity levels, etc. So you'll see the opening range gap here appear. The quadrants are a little bit off. I'm going to have to get them to flip that. Which accounts are you going to recommend? Fundanex, Flex, or Rapid? I think the Flex is pretty good. Okay, notice how we went straight up to London highs. Ooh, ES has a huge gap. Actually, no, it's only 35 points. NQ only has 57-point gap. I'm gonna remove this, man. I don't think it looks good. Yeah, I need to fix it. I need to fix it. What's important is the RTH gap is here, and it's 50 points. So we could fill it up or at least hit. We could fill RTH gap or at least say hit 50%. Surely we don't get another 9:30 pump day, right? I mean, we haven't hit 8:30 open yet, so I still believe that we can go lower. I personally still believe we can go lower. What is the RTH gap? RTH gap is the regular trading hours gap. It forms every single day. And for me, my brother, it's a key level in my trading. Yeah, I think we can see a leg lower here. Question is, do we get a short model or does it just go down? Just goes down. Okay. Yeah, so 8:30 open there, guys. That was the draw. Now the real question is how low can this potentially go? So it's possible it can go low of day, possibly. I don't know. It could just go to 8:30 and then pull higher. Need a little bit of a clearer picture here. Longed off the open, I'm shocked. There's no shocker, guys. We had an 85% chance to hit this line right here. If you longed off the open, you were just offside with statistics, right? The other days had hit 8:30. You can see a beautiful reprice to 8:30 there. Damn, what if that's all we get? What if that's genuinely all we get? See if we get a fair value gap here. It's not 70%. 8:30 a.m. open, especially on a gap size like this, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. Bias is bullish, but I'm open to a counter trend trade, potentially. For example, clean up all these relative equal lows. It's possible. Or if we get a bullish for value gap and protraction from there, I'll just target the buy side equal highs. You could buy this order block right here. I wouldn't call you crazy. ES looks kind of bearish though, so it'd be a rule break if I did that. So ES just looks bearish right now. So that's an example of breaking the rule. Where like if right now ES is just straight bearish. It's not about the model formed on NQ but didn't form on ES. ES is literally going down. That's why. So I'm gonna wait. I do want to look for longs. Dollar index remains bearish intraday. Um, see if we can frame something. Maybe a first presentation inversion on ES or something. We haven't even put in first presentation yet, so we should wait. Can you put peanut butter on one cheek and the other? Make that. Alright, bro. What the? Like the most unprofitable comment I've ever heard. I said I can do that. We're on NQ, yes. So technically, this is potentially the model, but this is not something I would execute. It's not something I feel confident executing. We don't want to take any bad trades. They're not so different. I mean, especially after the last candle at 934 on ES, now they're pretty much the same. I don't like that we haven't put in a gap. That's all I'm waiting for, really. I just want to see a fair value gap get put in. We really haven't done that, so I feel like we may consolidate or need more time. Yeah, that's what I like to see, that fail. Looks like we'll get our first presentation on the downside here. And I think I'm open to taking the counter trend trade. The only question is where this can go. I don't know if I can even frame good risk. I mean, given that my main target would probably be right here. Looks like it's just going to go take that out. So we'll let that do its thing. We'll let that do its thing. Complete fill of the opening range gap. RTH closed. RTH open. We do have the hourly here. Could be something of interest. How big are these candles? Let's just say we got a crazy trade. 82, even 82 points we could probably get. Maybe we can get 3 contracts. Okay, looks like we're gonna put in our first presentation. Ooh, the guy working on my indicator replied. Oh, he's still working on it. Okay. So, okay, let's see if my indicator works and marks out first presentation for me. It should mark it out here. Yay! Woohoo! Oh, they really got to work on that. Oh, oops. I see. I mean, wait a minute. They're including volume imbalances, right? Oh, there's no volume imbalance. I don't know. This first presentation inversion, I mean, that could be of interest for me. Stop loss placement's kind of an issue. I don't think if I would take this on an eval or something. You'll notice first presentation didn't inverse. What have you marked as your buy side? It's just the daily relative equal highs. I'm using these relative equal highs on the daily. Probably have to go down to 2 cons maybe. Okay, we've made a higher high on the session. There's not enough range here to click the button, in my opinion. Sorry guys, I'm doing some math here. I mean, you could buy first presentation here. The only issue is I don't have a target past the 1R. I don't know if I want to do a 1R trade right now, especially when it's kind of showing signs of sloppiness. Maybe we'll wait for like it's already kind of clear that 930 won't deliver anything too obvious, I'd say. So we can maybe wait for 950 macro. Maybe we get a resweep of the sell side. You'll notice the very clean sell side left could be something of interest today. What chart colors are you currently using? I can go over that later. This might shoot up right now. I saw ES have an IOFED kind of entry, but it's really sloppy, so. Dollar index, even dollar, yeah, dollar index is pulling higher currently, so on a 5-minute chart, we set a low, initially went higher. Post 930, dollar index is bullish, so yeah, I do think we can maybe see another leg lower, or at the very least, I'm more 50-50 right now. No high probability narrative, so just gonna wait a bit, wait for the macro. Maybe things will be cleaner. Don't want to force anything. Um, I do have my buy side level that's at 7.6, essentially 7.6. Can you please explain IOFED? Price touches fair value gap very, very quickly and immediately runs away. Maybe here. If it forms, I'll show you. I don't think it will, but it might. The reason I say I don't think it will is because it's choppy. And if it's choppy, usually you don't get it. But I'll show you. If the gap forms, it could IOFED here. You'll see. This is probably gonna. It's gonna come down and close in this gap that would normally form. Normally, you want to see a gap here, or they stay out of sync. So you'll see here, for example, this next candle may just touch around the blue line, maybe a little bit lower, and then immediately flip higher. That's IOFED. You expect it to work when we've clearly established that we're going to run higher and the market's in low resistance run. Okay, don't expect it if it's sloppy. So what's the benefit of expecting it? It means you can take a trade like this, for example, right? Hypothetically, if this was just gonna flip and stop on a dime, it could go. I don't think it will personally because the S&P 500 is pulling lower and dollar index is pulling higher. There's not really any sync, so for me it's like kind of a rule break. But you guess we can see what happens. I mean, it's kind of sort of wicking. Still pretty early. But that's the idea of IOFED. Just touches it very quickly and then runs away. And it's when there's a clear bullish, scenario or example or whatever. It's too choppy. I mean, NQ is not choppy. It's ES that's choppy, really. It's ES. Edging the daily buy side there. See? Should have just flushed right through. We did take out this daily high on the 15th. So a bit of an event horizon, I'd say. So you have two daily highs. Just going to show you guys something. 2 daily highs. %50 of both those highs. That's event horizon. See, ES is making a new low of day, guys. Until they're in sync, or until ES looks like it's clear, I cannot take a trade here. Just out of the question. There's no way I can push the button on this market. I need them to be in sync. So whether NQ wants to retrace and then ES sweeps the low, SMT, ES shows a reversal signature, whatever. For me now, I just have to wait. I don't want to break rules. Most important thing is we don't break rules. We follow our rules, right? At the end of the day, we're here to simply follow the system. It's the most important thing. That's what I plan to do. So just wait. It's not like we're missing anything too, something crazy. It's kind of just being a bit difficult anyways. See, so my indicator should technically mark this out as intermediate term low. Why would it mark out 932? Lame. Should be marking on 937. Gotta work on that. Let's see what else it can mark out. Ooh, I can make it out. I can make it mark just the quadrants. But there's no 0%. Lame. It'll mark out RTH open though. Honestly, bro, screw first presented. I don't even care about first presented. Org is way more important. I just need to make it mark RTH close as well. Wait, it should move. Should remove the RTH close there. Should be removing that. If the market wants to bump out this high. It's pretty clean RTH gap. It doesn't need to mark RTH close. Didn't mark out the RTH close. Will nano contracts become real? Yes. Will you take a short? No. I wouldn't short this market like this. Please see the 15-second chart. This is what it looks like. Equal lows, yeah, sure. There is equal lows. ES looks untradeable, and dollar index is still pulling higher. So for me, guys, I just need to wait still. I need to wait. I don't have to make it tricky for myself. They need to be in sync if I'm going to put risk. I don't want to be weary of the fact that maybe NASDAQ wants to end up moving like ES. If ES wants to move lower, I want to see them both bullish. Right now, they're not both bullish. The ES has a huge bearish candle right now. Like ES is, guys, for reference, ES is like all the way down here almost. Not what you want to see, right? Not what you want to see. Okay, macro has begun. I feel like we may get a reversal here. Yeah. Oh. There she goes. I almost want to consider flipping intraday buys maybe. So either this is a very good retracement, in which case we can pull higher, or this is a reversal model inside the macro, and this is a mitigation block. 3 up close candles makes a higher body. Thing is, ES took out 830 lows. I can almost trust this. Maybe something along those lines. See if we get a gap here. Maybe the first protraction model. I can take the first protraction. Perhaps. Trading back into the OB. See if I can frame good risk. Dollar index still pulling higher. Like 930 opens, low hanging fruit. I'm not convinced that it's going to go lower yet. I want to see more information. The structure is there, but maybe that was the retracement. ES swept the low, and now with the SMT here, they can both move together. So I just want to see here which direction are they both going to go. So for example, if ES forms a protraction short here, I can just click the sell button. If ES forms a protraction short, I can put my stop at 952 high. So if this like really goes lower, but if ES forms a reversal long, I can actually take longs on NQ then. So I need to see here. Like right now ES is moving up, NQ is going down. They're still kind of out of sync. It looks like we're not going to do much today, or at least not right now. Pretty much consolidation first 30 minutes. One went up, one went down. Out of curiosity, what did the Dow Jones do? Dow Jones pretty much just bullish off the rip. Dollar index could maybe start moving lower. It's possible. Swept the high, saw an initial break. Yeah, see, it looks like ES is forming a reversal model long. If ES can break above if ES can form CISD here, I can just go for a fixed R. See, like something like this, maybe. Maybe something like this if ES closes bullish. Or, like I said, if protraction short, if they both form it, if this closes strongly bearish, I'm in there. No hesitation. I would execute no hesitation. If it closes with the OB here, needs to close. As long as they're both moving together. No close. See NQ. I'm gonna show you guys something on TikTok you guys can't see. Look at ES. ES bullish CISD. ES just formed my reversal model, and arguably almost nearly A plus in that. Really your breaker here. You know? The narrative is very 50-50 in my opinion. The fact that we came up all the way after sweeping out that low on ES looks kind of bullish. NQ, however, they're out of sync. And I don't want to trade if they're out of sync. I don't want to trade if they're out of sync. What's up, Yoshi? Yep, a lot of fake signals. Don't want to front run anything here. A lot of candles, a lot of volatility. Switching up last second. So, patience is key. Patience is key. Looked like a fake breaker setup. Look at that candle, man. That candle really looked like it was gonna run there, and then it just flipped on a dime. This is risky. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till 10 a.m., guys. We're waiting till 10 a.m. I don't care if we see an A plus setup in the next 3 minutes. We're waiting until 10 a.m. Let the first 30 minutes do its thing. Gun to my head, I think it's gonna go lower, just based on the last two candles and how they closed. I think this can go lower, take out the 930 low, maybe enter this higher time frame gap. That's what it looks like. I don't know what this is going to do. It's very wonky. The way these candles are forming, even a lot of speed and then slows and then it spikes. I don't like the way the candles are delivering. Printing, I should say. So, so we got a 930 open retest. If you guys remember the first presentation, I'll bring it back on the chart. Pretty much all we have. I don't care about the macros. Okay. I think ES will make a high of day here, a new high of day. ES looks really good. It's Nasdaq that looks a little bit wonky. ES has a very nice breaker, and I'd be surprised if ES doesn't make a new high of day here. What are you thinking? I think this is a little bit tricky and wonky, and I want to wait until 10 a.m. at least. Right now, I think it'll make a new high of day, probably hit my higher up objective, and it may trend after that. We're getting gaps now. I'd be open to entering off of a gap, perhaps. If we got a gap here, I'd go for a fixed R. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm gonna open the daily chart on ES. There's not really the cleanest levels on ES, so also have this old daily high. Let's say we get a bullish fair value gap here. I may consider entering off the gap as a protraction deferred. You see how the gap immediately closed up? No gap. But we got OB retest. So in a normal world, I would expect this low to be protected. Oh, is that orange folder or something? I didn't even know we had news. PMI. Someone said you're gonna wait for Trump to speak. Bro, Trump speaks at 4:30. You think I'm gonna wait the entire day here for 4:30? Absolutely not, bro. I'm not waiting for that. Because the mini, yeah, the volume imbalance there. So we may wanna come back up and fill in that volume imbalance. Okay, let's say we get a clean inversion here. That's something I may be interested in as well. The only low I can really trust is maybe this one. Anything in here, man, I don't trust at all. I think we've done a good job of not losing so far. ES looks really good. The issue is I just don't have any targets on ES. 930 open, 930 low is possible. There's no gap here for me to take any setup or protraction off of, so minus the sweep. Obviously, there's the sweep. I don't think it's horrible price action because Trump. I just think it's consolidation first 30 minutes. It happens. Guys, sometimes we pump off the first 30 minutes, sometimes we consolidate. This is consolidation. Likely we take out the 930 low. We may go all the way down here, and I'd look for a reversal from there. I would look for a reversal from there. In fact, I'd probably be more enticed to look for a reversal from there. Bro, you went minus 700. How did I go minus 7, brother? I haven't even pushed the button yet. Stop twice because of that manual intervention. Okay, sure. It wasn't me. Don't listen to that. That person's a scammer, Boosta. That person's a scammer. What it should do here is move lower, take out the sell side. What I think it's going to do is pump right back up into the range. It's just been very choppy. So it's like any meaningful move. Although this is probably the strongest move we've seen, I still think it's more likely to just stay choppy. Could probably enter off the suspension blocking version on ES actually. The risk on that. Can't even get 1R. Literally can't even get 1R. Any psychology advice regarding execution hesitation? It's not psychology advice. You need to plan your trades better. You're chasing and you're not waiting. That's all it is. If you wait for your setup, you won't hesitate. If you chase your setup, you will hesitate. Any tips for me yesterday? No, I'm not bearish, but this looks like it'll go lower. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's tradable at all. I don't think anything here is tradable, if I'm being honest. Any tips for me? I just passed my first eval yesterday. I'm not on the express now. Do it. Just keep following your system. If you don't have a plan, make one. If you have a plan, follow it. See if it works. See if it doesn't work, and go from there. You just have to make mistakes. What would you do when you ate in flow state? Good question. I don't have a good answer. I'm going to be honest with you. What do I do when I'm not in flow state? Meaning I'm not reading the markets well, I'm not executing well. I haven't found a solution. I'll tell you what I do. Can't really say if it's the best thing to do, but what I like to do, I like to go back and look at the times where I was doing well and ask myself, what was I doing? Guys, if we get a strong closure here, I'm going to enter 60-point stop. Sorry, 1 second, guys. We could squeeze out 3 contracts. Yeah, no strong closure. Potentially a protraction off of the short-term low. Well, we left the equal highs. Also 10 a.m. power of 3, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I don't even know if I could trust it if it closed up now, especially because we're probably gonna get a high of day SMT. When you tap that midnight, sure, it's possible. We're just chopping. So, guys, remember we talked about trend days and consolidation days? How many times did we hit 930 today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I show you the S&P 500, we've touched it once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 candles. We've only been trading for 30 minutes. And 20 of those 30 minutes, we hit 930 open. It's chopping. There's nothing meaningful happening when the market is not in a hurry to go anywhere. I have no FOMO because it's not showing me a signs that it's going to run. It's not showing me any signs. It's showing me straight signs of consolidation. We didn't have any obvious, clear manipulations. And if you guys looked at Twitter, I posted my game plan today. How am I going to enter the market today? I said wait for a very obvious manipulation or a very obvious retracement. We haven't had either. We haven't had either yet. So, if you lost, it's possible. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's possible. You just were hoping that it was going to start going. You just were hoping that maybe it's going to trend. I don't want to miss it. It's going to take out all these lines that GATIE drew. Let it. You're not here to take the trade that goes to the lines. You're here to take the trade that meets your criteria. So far, I don't see that, really. I don't see it. I think the best trade was the breaker on ES at 954. But NQ was not looking good, so it would have been a rule break in my books. As for this setup, I mean, like I said, this void, there's a gap here. I'd expect it to trade into that. What happens after? I don't know. Might spike through. I still believe in these objectives. They're all here. We just have 3 sets of daily highs. 1, 2, 3. 3 sets of daily highs. I'm going to check the mini chart, see if it has the same stuff. Mini has 1, 2, 3 at 94. Yeah, so it's essentially the same. You'll notice, okay, guys, look at dollar index. Guys, look at dollar index. Dollar index is diving. It's at low of day and it went lower. So that's an intermarket analysis I can frame a trade off of. Now, what did that trade look like? I don't know. We still need our model to form. I would say the best thing that can probably happen is we put a gap in, trade into it, go above it, then I can click the buy button. As of right now, there isn't really. I see a suspension block. No, not even. Nothing to take a trade off of. But I do like the fact that dollar index is diving lower. It means we could see a move higher. Bullish or bearish? Higher time frame, I'm still bullish. I'd be open to a potential short today. As of right now, I'm neutral. I don't have a clear narrative in play. I have potential targets higher. I have potential targets lower. I don't know where it can go. They should move opposite. No, I haven't taken a trade yet. See, if I was bearish, this would be a really good trade setup. Not really bearish. So, again, the most important thing, guys, what I need to do before I look for any trades is establish a high probability narrative. Where are we going and why should we go there now? Essentially, right? I don't see that at all right now. I see every single candle that shows any signs of a potential move just hits the 930 open and goes the opposite direction. That's what I see right now. So Until we can establish a high probability narrative, we have to stay patient. There needs to be a good reason, something statistical, right? Right now we have high at 945, low at 937. Those are pretty much the same for me, statistically speaking. Those are pretty much the same. I do see that the S&P 500 swept sell side and left relative equal highs. So, and overall, we've been bullish higher time frame. So that's always going to be something. But post 930, like just looking at post 930, I mean, there's nothing here really. We had org fill retest. Just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, really? Gold? How's the stock market doing? That's what I want to see. Yo, Nvidia pumped 5%. That's what I like to see. Amazon's down. Some stuff red. A little Amazon news, Nvidia news maybe. SpaceX will use Nvidia chips exclusively for its AI infrastructure. Elon Musk praised Nvidia. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? How do I confirm SL and TP on Alpha Trader? You just have to click the confirm button. If you can't see the confirm button, you have to find it. Well, obviously, but you just have to find where it'll pop up somewhere. You just have to find it. Just gotta find it. Ten a.m. reversal. It means the 10 a.m. hour will flip the 9:30 to 10 a.m. range. I blew my account because I didn't know where confirm was. You can always close the trade manually. Don't lie, brother. You didn't blow your account because you didn't know where the confirm was. You blew your account and you blamed it on that. You can literally always manually exit or enter a trade. You have to set TP and SL first. Yes, that's true. You have to set your TP, set your stop loss, then confirm it. How can we expect days like that? You don't have to expect it, guys. You just have to know when it's there. You wait for your signatures, guys. Guys, I've been preaching the same stuff. What do we always wait for? We wait for first presentation fair value gap, okay? And we wait for synchrony in the market. So you're skipping everything. I'm skipping everything until 937. Then we get the first gap. Okay? So you shorted the first gap. I wouldn't even care. Sure. Somebody shorted the first gap or they long the inversion, right? I mean, you really want to short the first gap or long it because we still haven't swept any side. But whatever. Let's say you decided to be that person. You wanted to take that trade. Okay, sure, whatever. Right? Next, there needs to be synchrony. So when NQ is going higher here, ES is going sideways and even lower, really. Not even really showing signs that it's going to go up. So you feeling bullish. I'm still 50-50. I have targets higher and lower. That's about all I can say. If I make more than $200 a day for Friday, where does the buffer go? It just stays in your account, bro. Money you make is money you make. In shorts, what's your idea? My idea is to wait for clear narrative or structure. What do I have to see? Good question. Probably some gaps forming. There isn't necessarily anything specific. Let's say we form a bullish fair value gap and then get a protraction from there. I would take that because that would show me the signs that, okay, we actually had enough to put in a gap. We retraced, and instead of overlapping the gap, we showed signs that we're going to continue. That would be enough for me. I would have taken one here if there was any gaps, but there hasn't been. We're not forming any gaps. Just going sideways. Can I withdraw that buffer next time? Yes, next time you can take it out. My bias right now, manipulate one side, then right trades the opposite direction, then inversion. Sure, that's always something you can do. If I'm at 51.5 and only have a day left on my account, should I just full port a good setup? What firm are you with? And probably, you should probably risk 2K to make 1500. Wait for the best 0.75R trade. So for example, let's just say you were bullish. You want to target the high here. You could like enter like all the way up here. Or maybe your stop loss is here. That way you can enter, well, even if you entered a break above this high, your stop would have to be, you know, you got what I'm saying, like you can figure it out. You're on alpha. Yeah, I would probably full put today. If you're at 51.5 and you need 15 to pass, no point in paying the rebill. I think the PM, no trades yet, guys. I think the PM is actually late macro. Maybe. Just waiting, guys. Probably gonna retest 9:30 open yet again. That's all we've been doing. 9:30 open, RTH open. No, I'm not tired. It's just the camera lighting, man. I feel great. I've been up since 7 a.m. Got a good sleep. I'm good. I used your code. How do I enter for a giveaway? You just have to message me on Discord proof. You can send me the account number or the receipt or the invoice. How much are you gonna sell your indicator for? I don't know. Depends how much I add to it. Maybe it's cheap. I wouldn't do anything more than like 40 would be like my max, maybe even cheaper. Discord name. In the bio, you'll find the description to the server. It's free. Could you please explain the relevance of 9:30 open in first presentation? 9:30 open is where the market starts. It's your neutral point. Imagine you go to the Apple store, you want to buy an iPhone, but iPhone prices keep going up and down, okay? But when you first showed up, when the store opened, there was a price. That price is 9:30 open. That price is the first price. The first price that was offered right there. So if there's going to be a big move in price, it shouldn't stay around where it first started. It should run away, right? If Apple prices were going to trend today, right? Or if Nasdaq was going to trend, wouldn't we be moving away from the opening price? Why do we keep coming back to where we started? We're not going anywhere. We're going in circles, right? Prices go higher, they come back to where they started. Prices go lower, they come back to where they started. Prices go higher, they come back to where they started. Higher, back to where it started. Lower, back to where it started. Going sideways, around where we started. We just keep going back to where we started. In other words, it's the exact line that you can use to determine whether a potential trend is underway or we're going to consolidate. And if you look at ES, it's even tighter. I have not tried living in a storage unit, but yes, rent is crazy. What's the indicator used for 8:30 and 9:30? I'm building my own indicator, so I won't have to use anyone's indicator. We're at 30,000 chop use typical at this number. Sure, maybe. What do you think of the short on 953 using ICT 2025 model? I don't think it's the worst. I was actually considering shorting myself. What's your indicator name? It's still in. I'm still building it, guys. This is just the first draft. I'm still working with a team to help, make it work. So now we're back below the RTH open. We're seeing potentially our first gap here in a while. It's always a good sign to see gaps. What time do you stay? Till 11. Yeah, I have something to do right after 11, so. First presentation is essentially the same thing. First presentation is your first imbalance. So not the first price that was booked, but the first imbalance that was placed. Why is it an imbalance? Because there was only selling in this price range. Balanced market is like this. Selling and buying at both price levels. Everybody got a chance at the same price range. So anybody from 30,010 to 20,000, 29,080, everybody had a chance to buy and sell. But right here, when the market at this time just immediately ran lower, buyers didn't have a chance. The market only went down. So that's an imbalance, which is why we come back and fill those, unless we're really bearish. So you want to wait for that first imbalance, like a sign that the market might be start ready to move. Right? You don't want to trade a balanced market. If the market is balanced, it's not going anywhere. And then you can use that. So ITT will also teach models around the first presentation, saying you could use it for the entire day, sometimes multiple days. I don't, but you can. 11 a.m. is usually when I get off. Claude couldn't do Claude couldn't do a good enough job, guys. He kept making mistakes and it couldn't fix them, so I had to hire somebody. What results did you get on your 2020, 2021? Ooh, it's been a while, brother, since I've done that one. I don't know. I'm not sure. But they were pretty much, all of my years were pretty much the same. City stays open. That's a breakaway gap. We're definitely seeing some good signs of decent candles now. We finished the first 30 minutes. So we'll see if 10:30. We'll wait till 10:30, guys, and then from 10:30 we may be able to frame higher probability trade idea. Maybe something like sweep sell side, come back, take out the buy side. Something along those lines. I wouldn't say use first presentation as a sign the market's going to move. I would say wait for first presentation to make sure you don't get chopped up in the first couple minutes. That's what I would use it for. That's like the most simple way to use it. I'm platinum. So we could sweep this sell side and I'd potentially look for a long. Seems like we may get something shortly. Whisper conversations. Dun, 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 dun. Better? Nah, man, that game sucks. Let's see here how low we go. We took out the RTH low. SMT RTH low. Kind of. It's weird. Dollar index probably pulled higher. Yeah, slight pull higher on dollar. Still bearish, I would say, overall. See if we get a reversal from the RTH sell side. The only issue is our CISD confirmation is all the way up here. Even if I go to a 30-second, I guess 30-second I could use. I could maybe use a 30-second CISD here. Actually, it's not the ugliest thing I've seen, especially if we get a gap on there. $62-point stop. This may be our first trade of the day. Let's see. See how this candle closes. If we miss the reversal, say it just shoots up, takes out the highs, we can wait for a protraction. 3 minutes all the way up here. I think 30 seconds is the best time frame. Okay, we got the closure. See how this candle goes, and if we can get a fill, that makes sense. Happy with the 60-point stop. Pretty strong wick there. Wouldn't want to buy that. We got the 1 minute gap. So if this respects the gap and immediately pumps, I'll just buy it off there as a late reversal. So if this respects, pumps, 60-point stop, I'll buy it. Something like this. So if this candle right here respects the gap, or the next candle, and then it starts going up, I'll just click buy around the 9:30 opening price. So a decent closure here, and I will participate in this market with my stop at the bottom of the gap. Essentially a 15-second protraction. I don't like that it wicked right here. I would have really, if it closed right here, I would have really loved that entry. We wait for the next candle now. Quick glance at dollar index. Remains near low of day. Yeah, really need to see some speed here now. Really need to see some speed. Not lower, obviously. We wait. No trades yet. We get a strong close. Strong bullish close. This candle, the next one, maybe the one after that, I'll click buy. Don't need to see more than that. Long as I can frame a 60-point-ish stop, even 65 is okay. Now you could be in the trade right now. And you know what? That wouldn't be the worst. Although my model hasn't really formed. I guess on the 30-second it did. But that's a really tricky reversal to take, especially after that rejection. Oh, it's a pretty weak close. So we might come to this low, given that this gap has failed. Could reclaim it, form another bullish gap. I'd buy that. 10:30s in 1 minute, guys. That's our next really key time for us to be looking for a nice price run. So we have 1 minute. We'll see if it wants to reinverse. So if we get this, I can take that entry as well. Could go to the hourly. It's possible. We don't have to. We've taken sell side for sure. Most important thing is we stay patient. We need to rush. Flex over rapid. It's not that I prefer it. I just thought it was cheaper. It's cheaper. The person who asked me. So there's 10:30. Opens lower. Trades into what looks to be an hourly low. We'll see if ES wants to take 9:30 low, then maybe reverse. I'm open to taking longs now that we've taken out sell side. It's kind of late into the session, so it's kind of like a now or never. If we're bullish, needs to be like now or never. If he's blow your account after one payout, I mean, you could build a buffer. ES hasn't taken out low of day yet, so think it's still possible that it goes up. I mean, down, sorry. My entry would be 938. The best entry I could possibly have, 938. No, I didn't short. No trade. Had a 1K buffer. 1K is not a buffer, brother. You need above 2,000. I don't understand what makes it go up and down. Probably algorithms with like thousands and thousands of orders. Uh, Low of day is here, so we'll see if we end up flipping. It's possible. Red line all the way down there. ES has taken out low of day here, so we're in sync. Let's see if we reverse here, and it'll be really hard. So if we get a reversal, I'll take it. If we get a protraction, I'll also take it. So we have, we're likely going to put something on here in the next couple minutes. Just realistically speaking. Whether it's a reversal or a protraction. Unless we take out the red line, obviously, then we just stop. Yeah, London low is possible as well. That would be here. If we get London low, I'd expect the low of day, right? This is your Asia low of day. So if we do go lower, although I would take a reversal here, guys. That's 30-second CISD. If we got an inversion here, I would trust. I don't usually take 30-second CISDs, but off of an RTH low sweep, I will take. Could trend all the way down and I had to pay the price, but we'll see how we close. And okay, we didn't. I mean, technically, we got the 30-second CISD. I wouldn't. That's a little bit too aggressive. Probably wait for at least a 1 or 2 minute. I need a little bit more, just a little bit more out of this. Technically, I could click buy right now, but there's no reason to be ultra aggressive, especially in this market, especially when we have target to all the way up there. So if we're right, there's no rush. There's no rush. If the next candle shoots up, I click buy. Next candle has to shoot straight up. Should be a nice 1030 power of 3. See, this candle is obviously not shooting straight up. Tells me it's probably not going to go higher. But let's wait for the closure. Decent speed. Can we follow through till the candle close? No, we can't. So see how I'm like waiting for something? I'm not chasing price. I'm waiting for it to show me something. And it's not showing me it. Simply not showing me it. Zoom back out and wait. Back to 1030 open. I do think it's possible this continues lower. I would actually be open to a protraction short if it showed me. If it showed me it. Maybe we get a nice breaker formation too. I went on vacation. Do you suggest trading or not? I would just enjoy your vacation, brother. And DXY intradays inside the 50-minute SIBI. We'll see if that offers anything. Pulling higher. Yeah, just remaining patient. There is now SMT at the lows. See if that does anything. See if ES expands up from there. ES near midnight open. So I wouldn't just click buy if it expands up. I need to see a fair value gap. I want to see a bullish fair value gap. Breaking 50-minute structure doesn't mean anything to you. It looks bearish right now. It looks bearish. I just have an idea. It's not like I'm in a long or anything. So yes, this sell-off does mean something to me. Yeah, looks like it'll probably Asia low of day here. Could be a potential draw. I answered your question, brother. Yes, it does mean something. I'm not in a long position right now, just framing a potential idea. It wouldn't give me any final thing. I would expect this to just touch the blue line and start ripping. Start ripping lower. Considering this, let's see if we form a breaker or if this candle flips. I'm open to taking something like this, waiting on this one candle. We have 3 micros, short, slightly de-risked. I can take it here, really. 54 contracts. Can I get 3? All right, let's take this trade. So I'm taking this as an order block protraction model. 1 minute SIBI, 1 minute OB. The draw is Asia low. Just gonna mark up some lines here. The S&P 500. Stop loss is the short-term high. And I'm looking for, like I said, Asia low of day. There's also clean sell side here and sell side here. This is London low down here. Okay, let's see how this plays out. I think I miscalculated my risk, really. It's a little bit lower than expected. And I could have got 3.5 contracts, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I can trail in pyramid somehow. I don't know if it's possible. You know, I wonder if my indicator here can mark out, so can it mark out? Oh, it can. Mark out Asia and London for me there. So if we were to break above this high, guys, I'd flip my bias and I'd probably click the buy button. I don't think we will, but if we do, I'd be open to flipping bias. I suppose if we, I don't really know if I can pyramid. Be nice to get in one more contract, but there's not that much room. Essentially looking for 76 points. 76. ES seems to be consolidating. We did get a 1 minute closure above those two down close candles, but I mean overall we're still respecting lower the order block. Just letting it do its thing. Not much we can do to manage this trade. Funded Futures Family, I have not tried them. If I can find out how much I'm risking, then I can maybe pyramid 52. Risking 312. So 300, 300. I would need to enter with I would need to enter with a 30-point stop. So I guess I had one more chance there. I don't know. Trading the nanos? No. Um, Alternatively, if my stop loss became 46 points, I could also pyramid. So I'm not really sure if we'll get that. So I'm probably just gonna sit here, slightly under risked, and go from there. I'm not sure when the nanos are coming out. Do not try Funded Futures Family. They blocked me. There you go. I don't have experience, so I'm not the right person to ask. How does a giveaway work? When do you draw? End of month. Always end of month. We get like 20, 30 winners, sometimes more. Oh. Selling off nicely until we entered. Now it's a bit more choppy. Yeah, we'll see. We've been chopping around midnight, and like I said, if we break above here, if we break above here strongly with a gap, I'll switch bias and I'll look for a long, targeting the highs. Take the two trades. Gatie, you've fallen off so bad. I used to be in your live. Yeah. Okay. Sure, mate. What even is this trade? All right. The last up close candle here. The protraction short, 1030 power of 3. Looking for a new low of day. SanDisk, good company, in my opinion. 1030 reversal there. No, you didn't hurt me. I think your comment's really stupid. You know? Open was she or just me? Yeah, the first 30 minutes was pretty choppy. First hour almost. So if we break lower here, we can trail here and I can maybe pyramid the one contract that I wanted to. Say we broke below this low, for example. There's London and Asia low just right below. Yep, that's what we're targeting. No, nanos are smaller. They're 10 times smaller. So 10 nanos makes 1 micro. Why shorts? I believe the daily power of 3 says lower. And London low, Asia low are your targets, are my targets for any daily power of 3 protraction. How to trade nanos. I don't think they're up yet, guys. I don't think they're available. ES is looking a bit weaker here. Let's check out the dollar. Still pulling higher, which is supposedly, good for us. NQ is making higher highs. Essentially approaching the last line of defense here. It's August 24th release date. Nice. I don't see any reason to short here. Then don't click short, brother. No one here is trying to convince you. 1050 macro reversal is rare. The fact that it hasn't reversed yet, I'd probably look for another short, actually. Maybe off the 15 or I don't know if a 10-minute formed. Maybe the 10-minute here. So if it sweeps this high, I don't think I would look for a reversal. I guess the low formed at 1041 is pretty rare. We'll see. Yeah, we do take a loss there. Let's see if it takes out this high, breaks one more time. I'd be considering. For now, let's stay neutral and see. I am open to taking one more. Let's see what we do. Yeah, I still think it'll go lower. I think if it was gonna reverse, it would have broken up. Already took a long time just to get above this short-term high, and 1050 macro now, most likely going to continue. So let's see if we can get another opportunity short. And 50 macro. I wouldn't short. We are not. You don't have to short, guys. I'm not, guys. No offense. I'm not here for anyone's opinion. You don't have to click the sell button. You don't have to click the sell button. So if we get a fair value gap here, I'll short the gap. Like we were possibly just wicked out, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see if we can get a re-entry. 1050 macro. I want to see signs if we get a breakaway or if we get the gap and I can trade into it. It's kind of hard to short a breakaway formation here because the risk is not the best. I mean, it's a 1R trade. Damn. Looks like we got wicked out by one tick. Seems as if we got wicked out by one tick. We can look for an OB retest. That's probably the best we can get. Can't get the stop to 46 points, so. Yeah, if this comes up here, I can click sell, but I need a good entry. This could be a breakaway gap. It's possible. Damn, hopefully it doesn't go straight down. I'm thinking at least a next 2 minute candle maybe gives me a retest. Seems like we got wicked out though. Yeah, there's TP's going to get hit. It is what it is, guys. What can you do? We got stopped out by, yeah, a couple points. There she goes. There she goes. Don't see how I can potentially short now. I would not long. Yeah, the SL was good. It's just unfortunate. Sloppy delivery. We got an SMT here, and oh shit, we didn't get an SMT. Just swept the short-term high one more time. It is what it is. It may give me a retest opportunity. Can I frame good risk? I'm looking at ES. ES has a lot of targets lower. Oh, I think I just missed it. I still think there's a lot of room lower. ES has like all the objectives, but I think I just missed it. I think I had to buy on that retest right there. If it gives me one more retest, I'll take the trade. Call it the 2 minute gap. I'll short the 2 minute gap because it hasn't taken Asia low, and ES still has two sell side targets lower. So if the next candle trades up, takes the high, I'll short 3 cons. It's not too late, in my opinion. As long as my stop loss covers. Looks like this candle might go straight down. So something like this, 50-point stop. It's pretty good risk management too. Essentially something like this. And we can target even a little bit lower. I'm looking to short inside this gap here. I'm willing to give it one more chance. Still have Asia low, deferred protraction. ES has 2 more targets. I'm going to click sell right there. And this will be my last attempt. The fill was pretty bad, but it's okay. Stop loss will go here. Only a 48-point stop, so I'm de-risked, not over-risking. Looks like this gap is not going to stay a breakaway. And we may just get double stopped here. And if we do, we'll call it a day and move on. I was hoping this, or looking for this 2-minute gap to be respected. It still could be. Initially, we push right up, taking the 2-minute OB. I mean, in hindsight, this would have been a better trade if I got something like this off of that 2-minute. But this is good too. So obviously not a breakaway gap in here. So my stop loss is the top of that fair value gap, for anyone wondering. That's where my stop loss is. And if it breaks, I can pyramid. I can actually pyramid 2 because I'm already under risked on this trade. I'm only risking 50 points. So the risk management is there. We'd have to close below here for me to pyramid. So I would stay and watch this red line. See if we can get that speed lower. And I'll sell 2 more contracts. I'm looking for a low of day on ES, guys. That's the chart. That's the target here. That's what we're looking for. Obviously, a low of day on NQ as well. But, let's call it this sell side here at 757. Just to have a limit order somewhere. We'll call it the sell side at 757. Anyways, let's see if we break lower here. Hopefully we don't get wicked out twice. That would suck. I could put my stop loss here. 880. I think I'll do that. I'll put my stop right here. Just give it a little bit more room inside that fair value gap. We have a pretty good range here that we can target. Somewhere like here. It would be like somewhere here. It's hard to see. I mean, on ES, it's 15 points. On NASDAQ, it could be like 100 points. 11 a.m. opens. See if it can set the next range. We have triple equal highs right here. I don't like that. Takes out those equal highs. See if our stop is safe or not. Yeah, I don't even think I can pyramid anymore because the high is forming too close to my original risk. So unless we have a really sharp break, probably won't be able to pyramid. We've completely filled in that bearish fair value gap now, and we do come for the stop loss. So that'll be it. I won't take any other trades today. We're going to sum up those 2 losses. So essentially losing what we made on Monday. And that's it. Unfortunately, we couldn't hit those 2 final objectives. Hopefully we didn't get wicked out again just by 1 tick. That would suck. Looks like we might have. And if we did, well, it is what it is. Here's the low sets at 776. Oh, guys, it looks like we got wicked out 2 times here, but you know what? It is what it is. I'll start the journal. Unfortunately, this didn't go too well for us. I do think we just got wicked out. I think this is gonna start spooling lower again, and unfortunately, it respected the gap, but the stop wasn't safe. Maybe it'll make a higher high, and we never would have hit TP anyways. But I personally think it'll go lower. Just 11 a.m. opens, real nice. Anyways, there you go, relative equal lows. That was my final target. Looks like it's trickier to achieve than expected. I will take a screenshot of these executions. For simplicity, I'll just say I use the 3-minute gap here as my entry. There, and that was entry 2. I use this higher time frame gap as a reference point. And that's it. This is the screenshot I wanted to take. So hopefully you guys had a better performance than me. I still think I was right about the move. We'll see. It looks like we got wicked out twice, if I'm being honest, but who knows. Open up my journal here. Have to journal this now, unfortunately. Yo, this trade, we literally got wicked out by 1 tick. It was literally 1 tick. The other trade, at least the other trade was like 4 ticks or 4 points. It really is unfortunate. It really is. But that's what you get when you trade a trickier market. Okay, first trade I take. It's a pretty solid trade. It's a low of day protraction, but in my opinion, the draws are really clear. Both were bearish. 1030 power of 3 aligned. I got to give that at least a 7. At least a 7, maybe an 8. I'll give it 7 for now. Didn't break any rules. I was risking 55 points. Essentially lost 320, then 330. First trade, we took it at 10:39. I'll show you guys how I journal. 10:39 a.m. was the first trade. We got stopped at 10:49. We risked 330. We lost 330. Actually, it was more like 310 on the first trade. I had low resistance protocol, but obviously it was high resistance. Probably should have shifted and just only taken the 1 trade, but I really do like that second confirmation, and I still think it'll go lower. But like my old saying, just because you know where it's going doesn't mean you can capture the move. Trade breakdown, M5 Civi. 10 a.m. PO3. 10:30 a.m. Power 3. Looking for low of day. And 1 OB3. Session recap. Validation first 30 minutes. Do 10 a.m. reversal. Today lows. High resistance delivery. No, I won't short again. I mean, that would just be a rule break. If I hadn't already shorted, I mean, the model hasn't formed yet technically, but I do believe it'll go lower, but there's more important things than catching this move. Execution rating, essentially my entry, how good was it? I liked my entry here. How good was the stop loss placement and trade management? That's where my stop should be. Can't do much more than that. Covered the OB high as well. Just gonna have to give my stats. I really couldn't manage it really any differently. I re-entered when I was supposed to. Could have re-entered earlier maybe. Tricky. And then the second trade we took, so we're down 650. 3 minus 340. Entry time, shorted 10:56. 10:56 a.m. Stopped out at 11. Traction. Also 3 contracts. So I increased my stop on that trade. It was here. 7. So supposed to be 7 times 2 is 14. The rest was supposed to be 300. Highest profit seen, pretty much 0 on that trade. On this trade, we saw some profit, not much, on 20 points, maybe $80. Trickier day. Trickier day. Trade breakdown, re-entry idea, M2 FEG play, stop at previous retraction. Okay, guys, I'm pretty much done journaling here. Trade rating. I like the trade idea, but I could have probably waited for a better entry, otherwise just not taking it. I'll probably give myself a 6 on that trade. And the trade rating, execution rating, I'll probably give myself a 5 and a 5. And the reason I say that is my stop probably should be here. And in that case, I should have waited for the OB retest. And that would have been a lot better of a trade. And if I was in a position where I needed to enter here, although I did expect it to flush, it's not worth sacrificing stop loss placement. So I don't think that was the best. Nonetheless, this is the outcome. We'll make it back. It's not a big deal. Journaled. And we'll take a screenshot of this session now. So I'll zoom out. Well, how did you guys do today? Hopefully you guys had a better session. Pretty tricky one for me. But not the end of the world. How'd you guys do today? The chart colors? Yeah, I can show chart colors. Ugh. I'll show you guys my chart colors. So green candle, 0. This will be saved on YouTube. 0FBC7B. Everything else is black, and the canvas D4D7E1. That's what I'm rocking right now. I also have my computer like pretty vibrant. It's on like 80% vibrancy. So someone said 1024 protraction. I'm assuming you mean 1029 entry. It was a very good entry. Yeah, it was. It was. If you were bearish. Short at first presentation. Nice. Nice try. I don't mind that short, actually. A long 1024 for me. If that failed, then if I die, switch to bearish, so make some lofty risk. Nice. It's going to drop hard. I feel like it will too, but it's too hard to capture. Too hard to capture. I think the sell side's a good target. Hop off this. Hi, guy. Do you notice I retest psychological numbers every day, every before continuation? No, I don't. Sometimes, but not always. Yeah, it's okay, Jacob. Just let him hate, bro. I haven't even reading chat. These people have been talking to themselves. How can we identify choppy days beforehand and not get caught? Mark out 9:30 opening price. If we keep touching 9:30 open, it's probably going to be choppy. All right, let me see here. We gotta have a meeting. 1024 long. 1024 long doesn't meet my criteria because there's no OB or CISD. It's okay, guys. You can let them hate. The pine script? No, I can't tell you the pine script indicator because the person I'm paying someone to make it. So why would I do that? See if this delivers. Um, I'm not sure yet. I may not even release it. The person who's making it, I have to. They have to make money. They're charging me 30%. What trade you took? I shorted this order block, stopped here. Shorted the 2 minute gap here, stopped here. 1024 ES. 1024 ES. Good enough. It's not the worst trade. I don't think it's the worst trade, FB. I don't think it's the worst trade. First trade I could justify the continuation, but my SL was taken before. Yes, quick meeting. We'll do a quick meeting at 11:17. Let's give 2 minutes for me to read chat here and just catch up. $10.58 short. You took 10.58. Let's see, 10.58. I don't think it's the worst, and I still think it's gonna play out. Personally, what's good, Jacob? When's the giveaway? End of month. It's the same on every 4 hour. And quick question: why didn't you put your S on the protected 5 minute high? You know my honest answer. I didn't think it was gonna go there, and I wanted better risk to reward. That's why sacrificed it. I'm not really friends with any other people who stream and such. That's the main reason. I just didn't think it would even take out the short term high, and here we're seeing a new low of day on the S&P. 1 minute rejection block with 1 minute FEG rejection at 10 a.m. But you should look into 10 a.m. I'm not interested really. Front run the 1029 protraction shorts took the IFG. Nice. I think that's the worst. 1029. Nice. 1029 is good. All right, it's 11, 17, and 20 seconds. If you are in loss or okay, buddy. Good day. It's my first time here. When is it the best time to trade trend line liquidity? I'm not sure exactly what that means. I missed my limit right now by 1 tick. It happens. ES has taken out the second level, so I'll show you guys the S&P 500 chart. We had 3 sell side targets all stacked on the S&P 500 here, here, and here. The second one's been taken now. We'll see if it follows through to the last. Appreciate you, Dylan. Yep, I appreciate you guys coming through to the stream this week. Or, sorry, the stream today. There will be no stream tomorrow. I don't trade tomorrow. It's the day before non-farm payroll. So I'll see you guys on Friday for NFP. Hopefully we can have a good NFP. This session was a bit more tricky. To be honest, it really wasn't that tricky. It was just kind of unfortunate. In my opinion, it was pretty obvious it was going to go lower, take out some levels. It was just unfortunate, really. It wasn't really hard. This was easy for me to skip. It became clearly bearish, shorted, stopped, shorted, stopped. So we just took 2 losses. It is what it is. You'll notice the S&P 500 is about to hit our final target on the day. So, it's not like we were completely wrong. Just, it was unfortunate, really. It was just unfortunate. And that's what it is. So, I will see you guys Friday. Take care. Stay safe. Till next time. Hopefully next time we can, do a bit better in results. What do you call a wickless candle? Wickless candle, brother. Nothing else. And there would be our TP.